What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the video here on the World of Juice channel, and welcome back to another episode of the Cleveland Browns franchise here on Madden 26. Today, we have another fun doubleheader, but that's not really even the top priority of discussion for these episodes at this point because we have been on such a roll that you haven't even seen the fourth quarter of like three straight games or four straight games because we've been winning them so confidently. It's been insane. I don't know who this team is. Ever since we lost that random game to the Bengals and we got embarrassed in that one, we had the bye week and then we adjusted whatever we did in that bye week, whatever pep talks we needed to have, whatever look in the mirror moments, whatever come to Jesus moment we had in the bye week has completely turned our season around and this team around. Because not only have we been the most dominant team in the NFL, but we have allowed rare points. Like we don't allow points really on defense. It has been insane. I've never played this good. And we're all clicking on all cylinders. It's amazing. And I could not be happier. Now we take on the Chargers and the Texans in today's doubleheader. Next episode will be more important than this episode because next episode, as long as things go the way that they should and we win both of these games today, next episode to start the episode, the first game, we will play the Denver Broncos. And that matchup, if we win both of our games and the Broncos win both of their games today, that matchup will pretty much decide who's going to be the number one seed in the AFC. There's only a few more weeks after that. That's week 15. So obviously you got 16, 17, and 18. So you only got three more games to go after that. It is going to be insanely massive to figure out who's going to be the champion of the AFC. But we can't think about that right now. We got to think about the Texans and the Chargers. So let's get into it. If you're going to enjoy, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, join the Juice Club. We are on the road to 5,000 subscribers. So if you want to help me get to that mark, make sure you hit that subscribe button and join the Juice Club. Let's get into it. Chargers on the road, SoFi Stadium. It is Thanksgiving week too. So that's pretty cool. Let's go see if we can keep this dominant streak up on defense and win another game. This will be our 10th win, by the way. So here we are. It is week 13. It is Thanksgiving week here in the NFL. And it looks like we're playing on Thanksgiving because we have a 4:05 game. So I'm assuming that means we're playing on Thanksgiving. But if we go over here to the standings of the AFC, the Broncos have 10 wins, we have 9 wins. It's really a two-horse race. I mean, yeah, the Raiders are kind of in there, but it's really a two-horse race for the one seed. And the fact that we play each other in week 15 is insanely important. Here's where the playoff bracket looks as of right now. The Bears are the one seed over on the NFC side. Remember, we played the Bears in the Super Bowl last year, so it's no surprise that they are, again, really good. It's the Panthers and Cowboys, the team that my camera is covering right now. Those are the playoff matchup over there. So that's what it looks like as of right now, but that's obviously going to change by the time we get to the actual playoffs. And since it is Thanksgiving week, since it is week 13, it's time to scout some players, some focus players. I'm not really too sure where we're going to go with this. There are some quarterbacks that look like they could be pretty good. Now, obviously, we're not in the market for a quarterback, but this Dwayne French dude, from what I've seen from his two available attributes, could be fairly good. We don't know how good Braden Cousins is. There's some guys down the board like D'Angelo Stockton. Maybe he's got something. Daryl Cousins could have something, I guess. Russell Black could have something, maybe. Winters could have something. I don't know. There's some options here. There's certainly some options. And it's nice to see an Ohio State quarterback finally. Running back numbers, we're not really in the market for running back. We have a ton of them. At wide receiver, I could definitely go for a receiver. Shane Rush is a top 5 projection. He's a physical archetype at 6'2", 226. He's probably going to be very good, knowing the way that Madden works. So we might want to get in on him, but he's going to be a top 5 pick, probably. And we don't really have the capabilities of getting a top 5 pick. Julian Burks is a solid option. Eli Elling is a fun name. Then you've got Evan Hunter, Frank Gooden. You've got Shaq Langford, also from Ohio State, 6'4", 230. Oh my God. Shaq Langford might be the real deal. And he might be just low enough to where we can actually get in the market to get him. There's a possibility of that. Kurt Bobbieri, we have him up to 80% scouted. And then D. Booth, also from Ohio State. You got 2 Ohio State receivers in here? Let's go. Wide receiver you, obviously. Dalvin Miller. Oh, you got another one, Oscar Fernandez. Okay, they must have and you got another one, Peter Lane. All the Ohio State receivers are coming out of the woodwork now. It's about time. There could be some receivers down here. You never know. There's always a couple, at least. There's always a couple. But I'm kind of targeting like D. Booth, Shaq Langford, Julian Burks, Shane Rush. I'm kind of targeting those guys. Maybe even an Evan Hunter, but he's 23. I don't really like that much. Maybe Barbieri because he's already at 80%. You know what? Give me Shaq Langford for sure. I definitely want to know about Shaq Langford, but I think I'm only got 1 wide receiver. We don't necessarily need a tight end. We could use offensive line. I mean, there's always a market for offensive linemen, even when we have it solidified. There's always a market for extra offensive linemen, especially with injuries and stuff. There's only 1 draftable guard in this, or left guard in this. That's kind of crazy. You know what? There's only 1 draftable guard. I don't really even know where to go with this, if I'm being honest. Dorian Reynolds, Glenn Dixon on the edge. We don't really need edge rusher. We're kind of good there. Man, Ohio State must have had a good year this year. Maybe they won the national championship. They got a lot of guys coming out of the draft. We don't really need edge rusher, though. That's the big thing. We kind of have that solidified with Myles Garrett, with Chase Young, with Mike Green, Jack Sawyer. We kind of have that done. Defensive tackle also kind of have that done. The only thing that we could upgrade is linebacker or corner. So maybe we focus on those guys. Although this guy right here, Chuck Henley, looks like a freak. Okay. Marco Fernandez could be solid. Because we do have to figure out if we're going to pay Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. So maybe we draft somebody to replace him and then trade Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. That's a possibility. And then at corner, there could be some decent corners here. We got 80% on Rashad Coleman, but I don't think I'm going to spend the final thing to figure out if he's actually that good. I think I want to know a little bit more about these other guys. So let's scout J.J. Sutton. We'll put him on the list. Is there a USC strong safety? No, there's no USC strong safety this year. Why am I never going to get a USC strong safety? I got to get it one time. I got to get it one time. So we have the corner, we have the receiver. I think I'm gonna use my last on maybe a middle linebacker like Marco Fernandez. Or maybe we use this last one to solidify a guaranteed this is what your talent is. Maybe that's what we do. So do I want to use that on a Sam linebacker? Probably on a Sam linebacker because Chuck Henley looks like a freak. So I think I'm going to use my final one on him. So Shaq Langford, J.J. Sutton, and Chuck Henley are going to be my 3 focus players for the week. And the weekly strategy, we are going to... What are we going to do? We're going to move on to the training. And as always, I will continue to do these. If something happens, I'll bring you back in. If not, then you will see me in the Charger game.
It was once just an idea until breaking ground in November of 2016, and now here it is in all its glory. Spectacular SoFi Stadium here in metropolitan Los Angeles. Today, we've got a Week 13 matchup for you here, as it'll be the Cleveland Browns taking on the LA Chargers. On the visitors' sideline, their head coach. These guys are in the midst of a great run and only 1 loss in their last 10 games. Across from him, Charger head coach Jim Harbaugh. His guys ready to feed off the energy in this building as they try to win one in front of the home crowd.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. It's game time. Chargers and Browns from SoFi Stadium, and this is the most fans I've ever seen in SoFi Stadium. This is unrealistic. I don't know what we're talking about here. This is a packed house. But here come the LA Chargers. Yeah, Justin Herbert's having a pretty good year. I don't know if it's as good as Julian Enriquez, but he's having a pretty good year. And we are going to try and mess them up. I mean, they're 5-6. They're not having a good team year, but him individually is having a good. Maybe not. That's a horrible throw. That's a crazy first play of the game. He's got Amarion Hampton behind him, or next to him, I guess. He's got a pretty good receiver in Lad McConkey. They've got, obviously, David Njoku. Well, maybe not obviously. This is where we sent David Njoku, I'm pretty sure, right? Yeah, there's David Njoku right there, right where above Chase Young, who I'm usering right now. So David Njoku gets a little bit of revenge, possibly. And Herbert's going to scramble. Herbert's got room. Herbert gets ungodly blasted. But then he just gets up like nothing's wrong. Oh my God, that's one of the hardest hits I've seen in this game. Justin Herbert, after panicking for a while, gets absolutely crushed. His soul left his body. That is a soul exiting a human being. And yet Justin Herbert just gets up like he's totally fine. This has got to be career ending. For one, how does he hold on to the football? Kyle Hamilton lit him up. I mean, this is an end of a career right here. How does Justin Herbert hold on to this football? And how does he get back up and do the little like first down celebration like nothing ever happened? This is a career-ending injury. I mean, are you serious? How does Herbert survive that? Whatever, he did. And here we go on first down after the rush. The Lions, that rookie quarterback Webster is actually playing pretty well. I would not be shocked if he's going to win the Rookie of the Year this year, offensively. I would not be surprised. But obviously we know that this Charger offensive line, at least in this universe, is pretty good. You've got Joe Alt and you've got Rashawn Slater in the middle, or on the edges, protecting Herbert. It's going to be tough to rush the quarterback. Kyle Hamilton swats that ball down, and quickly it's a 3rd and 9. It is a quick 3rd and 9 for the boys. We might be able to get in here. They also have a superstar center. Herbert gets that drop. David Njoku had his first big chance, but Kyle Hamilton, the new addition, David Njoku can't bring it in, being covered by Kyle Hamilton. Now the X Factor is activated for Kyle, which is pretty sick. And what looked like it was going to be a promising drive for the Chargers ends in disaster as they punt the ball back to punt the ball to Cleveland for the first time. And here comes Super Bowl winning quarterback Julian Enriquez. He's a stud. He's an absolute, utter stud. And we will look to dominate this game, dominate the Chargers, and win our 10th game of the year. All by the time we get to the fourth quarter. Look at Jonathan Taylor go. This man, since getting to Cleveland, has been on a mission. He's on a mission to prove that the Colts not offering him a contract extension was the wrong move and the worst move that the Colts could have ever made. They will come back to regret that wholeheartedly. That's picked off, and it's going to be a pick six. It's Dion Henley. Chargers have a pick six. What I said about Jonathan Taylor still stands, but wow, that's a brutal interception. That is a devastating interception. You're telling me that ball couldn't get to Conrad Scholes? I throw that pass all the time. How does that, the one time that I throw it in this game, it doesn't end up getting to Conrad Scholes? I mean, what are we talking about here? Oh, all right. Well, instead, let's just think of it as if the Chargers scored on their first drive. Let's just think of it like that. I know that's not what happened, but if we think about it like that, it makes me want to not end my life. So let's do this. And of course, Dion Henley comes and makes the next play as well. Can we get this guy on a stretcher somewhere? Get him off the field, please. Can we bring back Bountygate, but offensively? That's a big throw. Eddie Velasco. I did switch, by the way, if you're noticing why Eddie Velasco was in on that play. I did finally remember to switch the slot receiver. So Traylon Burks, even though Traylon Burks has been having a really good year in that slot role, I did switch it to put Velasco in. So now he will get those slot reps, which is what I always wanted to have happen, but I just kept forgetting to switch that to have him play and not have Traylon Burks in there. So, of course, freaking John Harbaugh will call a timeout when I had a play that I liked. God, I hate that cheater. But we're going to go for this on fourth down because why wouldn't we? And that's why, because Quinshon Judkins, the rushing leader last year, he won the rushing title last year, well-deserved, and he comes out with a huge fourth down scramble right there. He's already got 700 yards. 700 big ones. Ooh, that's kind of open. It's Harold Fannin. 2nd and inches. 2nd and inches for the Cleveland Browns. I can't believe that was picked off by Henley. That's so annoying. That makes me so mad. You don't even know. And look at Quinshawn, man. Q is crazy right now. He's going absolutely, dare I say, nuclear. He's going insane. They are going to load up the box to try to stop Taylor here. And it's not going to work because Jonathan Taylor's to the 1. Jonathan Taylor at the 1. I'm looking at Conrad Schultz here on the R1 route, and I think he's open. Conrad is open. Touchdown, Cleveland. We tie the game, even though it should never have been a tie game. This should be a 7-0 lead. But whatever. We get the game tied. And we looked really good on that drive, except for that 4th down, but thankfully Q dominated. So here we go, sending the ball back to the LA Chargers. I put them in these uniforms because these are some of my favorite uniforms they've created. I'm not a fan of the powder blue and yellow that they have. I like these ones. And maybe that's just nostalgia because these look similar to the ones that Phillip Rivers and LaDainian Tomlinson and Sean Merriman and all those guys wore back in the Antonio Gates, all those guys. And that's probably what it is. They look similar to those. I like the Navy helmet. The Navy helmet's underrated. The Navy helmet is an underrated look. I like it. So that's why I put them in these uniforms. I think they look a little bit better than I mean, their uniforms now aren't bad. They're certainly worse uniforms in the league than what the current Chargers have. But I definitely like these ones a lot better. So whenever I have a chance to play the Chargers, they're going to probably wear these. That's an unbelievable 1st down catch. You cannot have Harris go in the middle of 2 guys and nobody cover him. Somebody make a play. We've got Marlon Humphrey, and we've got, I'm assuming that was Kyle Hamilton. I don't know who it was. It could have been somebody else covering him. They were just basically right next to him saying, yeah, you can go in between us and catch that football. Sure, why not? Thankfully, Kyle Hamilton upended him there and forced the incomplete pass. Do I bring a blitz here? I think I'm going to bring a blitz on 2nd down. Might get a little too aggressive here. And the blitz is going to, you know what? I'm going to count that as an effective blitz because Herbert does not have time to hit his intended receiver. I have a feeling that we're not going to be able to rush the passer as well as we would want to because Joe Alt and Rashawn Slater are huge tackles as J.C. Horn makes a big play. And we will hold the Chargers after that crazy 1st down catch down the field, down the seam. We will hold them to just a field goal attempt. And it will be up and good, but holding them to a field goal, considering the way that drive looked like it was going, is a solid thing. I'm happy about that. I wish it was going to be an interception, but you know what? Can't have everything. Velasco back to return, and Eddie Velasco will have to the 28. All right, offense. It's time to keep cooking. It's time to keep cooking. There's the snap. There's the throw to Jerry Jeudy. There's the immediate tackle. Those routes I like, but they never really get open as much as I want them to. Or as much as I think that they should get open. I'm going to go underneath to the young man, Eddie Velasco. He has that superstar dev, and he's finally going to get his chance to break out. He obviously was suspended last year for most of the season, and then this year he kind of got put on the bench. Maybe, you know what, we'll say that instead of me forgetting, in universe, in storyline, we'll say that we were kind of quote-unquote punishing Eddie Velasco for him getting suspended last year. I know the suspension was the punishment technically, but look at Bashal Tootin. Huge play. But we'll retroactively punish him for a little portion of the season, putting him on the bench and having him not play as often as he may have wanted. But now that kind of punishment's gone away, and we need to load up for the playoffs. So we need to have all of our best players out there, and he's one of our best players, even though he's only in his 2nd year. He is one of the best players on the team. At least, like, giftedly. He's a very gifted player. As Devontae Smith, maybe the most gifted player on the team, will get down at the 1. You're telling me he didn't reach that ball across? You're trying to tell me he didn't reach that ball across? That's crazy. We get to the 2-minute warning here. We're about ready to punch this in. We might as well let Jonathan Taylor handle it. And Taylor will get it in. It's a touchdown, Cleveland. And we will take the lead for the first time today. As Velasco, or Escobar, not Velasco, as Escobar will send that through. That was a good drive. We took a few minutes off the clock. A minute 58 to go. We do start with the football in the second half, which is nice. We just have to make sure that the Chargers, don't get any points in this last 2 minutes. That would be pretty annoying. Oh, what a spin move, but not going to really result in anything. They get to the 26-yard line. Here we go. Here comes Herbo and the Chargers. I'd love some pressure on the quarterback here, but Rashawn Slater and Joe Alt, they're too stout. Not going to be able to win those. That's got to be incomplete. It's not. Kyle Hamilton tracked him down, but David Njoku, strong hands. That's going to be a matchup to watch out for. Kyle Hamilton and David Njoku, we've already seen it twice, and it's been 1-1 now. That can't be caught. Thank you. That was Cole Bishop covering Njoku that time. You know what? Before I forget, let me go to coach adjustments, cornerback matchups by overall. I know that doesn't affect the safeties, but I just want to make sure that Ladd McConkey is getting covered by Denzel Ward. I think that would be a smart thing to do. Or actually, it looks like Marlon Humphrey's covering him right now. They don't have Quentin Johnson, obviously, because we had Quentin Johnson, and then we traded him to the... Where did we trade Quentin Johnson? Oh, that's right, to the Jaguars for Bashal Toot. That's right. Ooh, Myles Garrett actually won that pretty effectively, but unfortunately, he got squished in between some other offensive linemen and could not get the pass rush. We are under a minute to go in the half. Herbert, oh, a little bit of an overthrow. I thought you might have thrown that right to my guy. That's why I kind of like perked up like that was going to be an interception. But it just kind of sails over the head of everybody. That's like the third or fourth time that Herbert's done that. He needs to put it together if he wants to be as good as Julian Enriquez. David Njoku, I have a feeling they're going to feed David Njoku because of the situation. He's playing against his former team for the first time. So I have a feeling, a little sneaky suspicion that they're going to feed him a little bit more than they normally would. Chargers use their second timeout. They're going to go quickly to Njoku. He gets hit hard by Hamilton and could not keep the football. So it's a second down after the incomplete pass. 47 seconds. Only one timeout for the Chargers because they used one on our drive. So that's to the corner. Kyle Hamilton swats it away. Good job, Kyle. That's why you pay Kyle Hamilton the big bucks, because he can stay with most tight ends, and he's also big enough where he can get up and compete with the ball. Oh, that's a really, really good route from Ladd McConkey. The throw wasn't great, but it was a really good route from McConkey. Oh, my God. They took this all the way down. This is going to be possibly final play. It's dropped 10 seconds. They're going to go for it again. I'm going to back off the blitz here. I don't think that's the right idea. 10 seconds. If we can keep this ball in play for 10 seconds, that'd be amazing. We're not going to be able to. Oh, Cole Bishop almost picked it off the deflection. Ah, Cole, that would have been sick. But they're going to go for it again. I thought the CPU would just concede and take the field goal, but they're actually being aggressive. 7 seconds. Can we keep this ball in play for 7 seconds? Oh, it's 4th and goal from the 3. I didn't even know what happened. I thought he got in the end zone there. And somehow the Chargers are going to get a first down, or not a first down, a field goal out of this. Very annoying. Dicker the kicker drills it. And halftime is 14-13. Not necessarily the score that I wanted, but we knew that our dominant streak against teams was going to come to an end, or not maybe come to an end, but it was going to not be as dominant for as long as it was, especially against a quarterback like Justin Herbert. So we knew this was coming. Texans and Colts, a game that we don't really care about because both these teams are not really relevant to us. But C.J. Stroud throws a really good ball in the end zone for a touchdown to, I'm assuming that's Joe Mixon. And he beats Riley Leonard 17-16. So it looks like they're going with Riley Leonard instead of Will Howard, which is whatever. I just put Will Howard on the Colts to give him an opportunity. Maybe they would choose him. Eagles versus the Saints. This one's kind of relevant because the Eagles could be a potential playoff matchup against us in the Super Bowl. And it looks like it's going to be a highlight to A.J. Brown. All right. Sam Darnold trying to lead the Saints to relevancy with that roster. They got such a good roster, but it's not working right there. And Detroit and LA, the other LA team.
One last one to show you, and it's in Detroit. It's the
It's a Jahmyr Gibbs highlight because why wouldn't it be? He's juking like crazy. He did 3 juke moves to get in the end zone there. He was just whoop, whoop, whoop. And Webster will get the win. I'm telling you, I think what's Joshua Webster. He's a good player. He's a good player. Where are the Patriots at? They are on the bye this week. I don't see them. All right. That's really all I care about when we go to that screen. We have what's happening here. We have ourselves a second half. I don't know how he held on to that football, or how he even got up after that. Hamilton laid the boom on him. And again, we get the what even is this? Jonathan Taylor's been great. Devontae Smith has been good. Enriquez has been good, even with that interception. That's the only pass he's missed today, which is very annoying. I'm still upset about that. If you think I'm not upset about it, I'm still upset about it. Such a BS interception. Whatever. We go to the second half. We get the football. We have the advantage. Even with the field goal, the Chargers still weren't able to tie the game because that's how math works. So we're still in a good position. All we got to do is the same thing we've always been doing. Run the football, pass when we have to, and just dominate this game. Control the clock, control the line of scrimmage. We have some of the best running backs in the league. You know what? Dare I say, we have the best running backs in the league. Quinshon Judkins, I think, here in year 3, has established himself as maybe the best running back in football, and Jonathan Taylor is right there behind him, so we have the 2 best running backs in football. Yeah, Saquon's good. Yeah, Bijan's good. Ashley Genty's probably pretty good at this point. We have the best running backs in football. And it proves every week by, I mean, basically they both average 100 yards a game is basically what happens. As we just keep on milking. We just keep milking that clock. We just keep on taking it down, although it works better when I choose the right hole and I don't run right into somebody. That's my fault. But a 3rd down and 1, a handoff to Quinshon, and he will fall for the first down. They were ready for that, too. They were ready for that. Thankfully, Quinshon was able to get it. Get it good. Now, this is a situation where Eddie Velasco is much faster than Treylon Burks. There's a world where he outruns that safety. I'm going to test it. Eddie Velasco, end zone. Incomplete. I had to try it. He never really separated, unfortunately, from any of the guys. The corner even stayed with him. But that's okay, because he'll get the ball right here, and he'll get the first down regardless. Good job. But that would have been a sick catch, wouldn't it, if he would have caught that touchdown? We would have been singing his praises. There's a big Devontae Smith catch, and he will almost get the first down. He'll get close. But we just continue taking the clock away. Just keep on tick, 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 tick. Sorry, tick, boom. Two minutes to go in the third quarter. Handoff to Jonathan Taylor. He gets a loss of 1. They're really starting to load up on the run, which means we got to start passing a little bit more. Throw them off the scent so we can get right back to the run. Because the run's really what I want to do. And Quinshon, if we can't get him through the run, we might as well get him through the pass. He gets the first down with a little bit of an added stiff arm to toss in there. Because why not? And then that's not going to go well. That is an unfortunate loss of down for Jonathan Taylor. We'll see if we can get this on 2nd and 13. Let's see if we can get this 2nd and 13 here from the 20. I'm going to go backfield. Jonathan Taylor. It's a bad choice. Bad choice. I thought I could get it to him quicker than that. And Jerry Jeudy slapping his chest saying he was open, I guess. I didn't notice if he was. He might have been. We'll go underneath to Velasco, the rookie. that was a lot of stuff happening for him to just get leveled in the end of the play. And I am going to go for it here. This is risky, but we're only up a point in the third quarter against the Chargers. Velasco open again. I think this is going to be Velasco's breakout, not game, but his chance to break out officially. He's finally the starter. Well, he's not the starter. He's a slot starter. He's finally playing more in the lineup. I think this is going to be his chance. That'll be the end of the third quarter. That's actually not a bad thing for this to end the third quarter here. I don't mind that. That takes us into the fourth quarter. A 21-13 lead would be ideal. Handoff to Taylor. He's gonna get denied. The Chargers are all in on stopping this run, which I understand. I get it why they're all in on stopping the run, because that's the obvious play to call, but I wish we could block a little bit better. Oh, Devontae Smith's wide open. They were all in on the run again. They even brought a blitz. And Devontae Smith is wide open for a touchdown. And we've gotten that 21-13 lead. Oh, man. We're not playing as dominant as we have the past, like, 5 or 6 games. But we are still playing really well. It's just we're going up against a quarterback, the talent level of Justin Herbert, which at least in the game is really, really good. So this is a really good test to see if we're actually a legit back-to-back champion type of team, or if we were just a one-year fraud, or what we are. And right now we're playing fairly well. We just got to continue to play well. It's a play action. Mike Green's right there, but he couldn't officially get to Herbert. That's putting him in the air. Schlesinger puts the whoever the receiver was there in the air. Was that Amarion Hampton? It might have been. It could have been somebody else, though. Herbert's got the ball, and he will fire to the flat. It's David Njoku. I told you, they are going to David Njoku almost every single passing play because he is the main guy today. He's the former Cleveland Brown. It's his revenge game, as Mike Green's going to get a sack on Justin Herbert. That might be his first sack of the year. I can't remember him getting one. He might have had one already, but that could very well be his first sack of the year. And he blitzed, or he got right through on Joe Alt, which is a good sign. Oh, it's his second tackle. Okay, I thought it was going to be sack. It's his second tackle for loss for the year. It could be his first sack. They get a few yards back. They get 6 yards back on a throw right there. 3rd and 12. And did we jump? No, we didn't jump. Almost jump. Herbert's got a ton of time. He finds it's open man, but he can't hit Ladd McConkey. He had McConkey open. Wow. That's tough. Herbert, how do you miss that? He had McConkey wide open for probably more than just the first down. Like, he would have gotten a good amount of run after catch because our guy, whoever was covering him, was like 3 or 4 yards away from him. That's a bad miss from Herbert. That is a very, very bad miss from Justin Herbo. And now, with a 21-13 lead, we can start to go back to milking. I love milking, and we are going to try to do it here, although my guys don't block. You know how I hate that. I wish ever... Was that Chop Robinson? Who is that? I wish that my guys would block. Is that so much to ask? I'm going to go underneath. Jerry Judy's wide open. We'll get the block from Velasco, but they're going to call that a block in the back. That is not a block in the back. I'm pretty sure he blocked him on the side. I don't think he blocked him on his back and forced him to the ground. I'm pretty sure that was a clean block, but obviously the game did not think that it was. And wow, that's an electric coverage play by the linebacker right there. I got baited so bad. It's Jamie Owens. I think he's from Texas A&M, if I'm not mistaken. We put a scouting report on him. That was an elite lurk from a CPU defender. I thought he was going to cover Devontae Smith the entire way, and then he just stopped and covered Fannin. That was not what I was expecting at all. I thought he was going to just continue to follow Devontae Smith, and he just, wow, he baited the life out of me. Usually I like to say that I'm the masturbator, but Jamie Owens is the masturbator right there, because that was an elite lurk. I hate getting lurked by the CPU. That's so embarrassing. But I completely fell for it. I thought he was going to cover. I could have bet my entire life savings that he was going to continue just to follow Devontae Smith. and I would have been broke because he just stopped on his tracks and continued to follow Harold Fannin. He got me fooled, and it results in an interception that gives the Chargers a chance to get this game back tied, right? They can tie it right here, right? If they go for two. So we got to be on the top of our game if we want to stop him and win this football game right here. It's going to be, oh, little RPO. We got to Njoku. He's got to have like 7 catches, right? 7 or 8 catches. He's got to have something. He's been targeted almost every single play that they throw. It's been either him or McConkey, really. Hall Jr. can't get there. That's an overthrow. Herbert has done that like 10 times today. He has overthrown his intended receivers. It's kind of insane. And it's a 3rd down and 8. It's obviously 4-down territory. Field goal, I don't think, does anything for you. But they might not need it. Denzel Ward swatted it away into the hands of Kyle Hamilton, but it's incomplete. Hamilton couldn't hold on to it. That would have been an insanely cool interception. And here we go. Final play for the Chargers, most likely. With 1:19 to go. They can still get a 1st down. If the defense pressure would get there, Myles Garrett kind of got there, but Chase Young stops him. McConkey comes up short. Why was Chase Young in coverage? I will never know. But Herbert felt the pressure from behind from Myles Garrett. He had to get that ball away probably sooner than he wanted to, and probably not to the guy he wanted to. I don't think McConkey was the guy he wanted to target there. But it had to come out. And that hopefully is the end of the game here. We got to get at least 1 1st down to officially seal this one. Can I fit that in? That's a wild throw, but it's gonna drop. Jerry Jeudy can't drop that, Jerry. You can't drop that. It saves a timeout for the Chargers, and it loses us a down. I know it wasn't a great throw, but you gotta come down with that, Jerry. It just has to happen. That has to be a catch. I know it's a tough spot. I really do. I trust me. I know it's a tough spot, and Velasco drops it. Wow, man. Back-to-back must-have catches that just get dropped. I understand that these throws are getting blanketed, but you gotta come down with them. I mean, it just has to happen. The Chargers are able to keep both timeouts, or 2 extra timeouts, for this offensive drive, and now it's not game over for the Chargers. That was a pathetic offensive drive for the Cleveland Browns right there. The only good news is they have to score a touchdown and a 2-point conversion if they want to take this to overtime. So letting the middle of the field is fine. Letting them get into field goal range is fine because they don't care about field goals. Although I don't want him to get too many yards. That's a good tackle from Marlon Humphrey. They will not use their first time or their final timeout. They're going to run hurry up. I think that's a smart thing to do, although they're going to spike it probably. I hate that. I hate when the CPU goes, the quarterback goes and tries to like call some sort of like audible, but then he's just going to spike it. Like, why waste? You waste like 3 seconds right there telling your offensive line you were going to spike it. They should have known you were going to spike it. Marlon Humphrey, good eyes in the back of his head to swat that ball away. Man, that was a pathetic offensive drive for us. I'm so frustrated in the way that drive ended, or the way the drive played out. Mason Graham blows that up. Are they going to spike this? No, they're going to waste 1 second and then call their final timeout. No more timeouts for the LA Chargers. 20 seconds, final play of the game, hopefully. 4th and 15. Herbert's got all the time in the world to figure out what he wants to do, and he just checks it down, and it's a tackle from Myles Garrett, and that is the game. Oh my God, that was way more thrilling and way more exciting than it needed to be in the 4th quarter. We will take a knee, and we will win our 10th game of the year, but it was not as pretty or dominant as it may have had been the past few games so far this year. Oh, 2 touchdowns, but I think 2 interceptions as well for Enriquez. It was an ugly one, but a win is a win, especially in the NFL. A win is a win is a win is a win is a win. We move on to the Houston Texans in the next game of today's episode. They are 5-7. They're having a down year. It's another road game for us. They've got, Danielle Hunter injured and Derek Stingley injured. Those are 2 huge injuries for the Texans. We are now the number 1 seed because the Denver Broncos lost. Oh, mama. Everything is coming up juice. That is huge. That is absolutely massive. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. So the Broncos and the Ravens are in the next episode. Ravens are not having a good year at all. They have not been able to figure it out for some reason. That's a good team. I don't know why. I know they don't have Derrick Henry anymore, but that still should be a good team. I like how last year the AFC North was such a meat grinder of a division, but this year it's us and then nobody else. It's kind of crazy. It's almost surprising we haven't locked it up, but I guess there's a mathematical possibility where if we lose the rest of our games and the Bengals or Steelers win the rest of their games, they could pass us, but I'm guessing if we win against the Texans, we might clinch the division right here. That's a very legitimate possibility. As far as negotiations go, we're still debating on what we want to do with some of these guys. I know that I want to bring back Chase Young. I know I want to bring back Mike Hall Jr. and Denzel Ward. I don't know what I want to do. Denzel's actually a lot cheaper now. That's kind of good. Was he this cheap before? I'm going to actually pick up Denzel Ward right now. I don't remember him being as cheap as he is, but I'm definitely going to sign him to a 3-year contract. He wants to be here. I'll give him 9 mil and 14 mil. That's a little bit expensive. You know what? Maybe I drop it down to 12 million. He wants to be here. Maybe 11 million. Maybe I can get away with that if it's a longer contract. What's he say to that? He says that's okay. He's going to come back. So we saved like 3 million in signing bonus, which is good. So Denzel Ward's back for 3 more years. I don't know what I want to do with the rest of these guys. Mike Hall Jr. is going to be so expensive. He's only 24 and he's a superstar dev. Oh, I'm definitely thinking about having to dip into restructuring. I don't really want to get into that because that's troubling waters. That's dicey waters when you start getting into restructuring of contracts, because then you can get carried away. At least I can get carried away, and it can end up coming back to bite you in a few years. But that might be what we have to do if we want to bring back this team. But we got to play it out and see what happens. So I'm going to go and do all the same stuff. I'm going to go and do all the training again. If I get a dev trade increase, I'll show you like always. But if not, I'll see you in the Texans game.
Our coverage of the NFL has brought us to Space City and NRG Stadium, right next to where the old Astrodome sits, here in Houston, Texas. Coming up, we're keeping things in the AFC for an intra-conference contest between the Cleveland Browns and the Houston Texans. On one sideline, look at the head coach of the Browns. His side, one of the hottest teams in the league over the last few months. They've won 9 of their last 10. His counterpart on the opposing sideline, Texans head coach DeMeco Ryans. These guys more than motivated for this contest, ready to take the field here at home.
Game 2 of the doubleheader is now underway as we take on the Houston Texans from NRG Stadium here in Houston. CJ Stroud, pretty good quarterback. 2,700 yards. Wow, he's having a good season. 2,700 yards, 21 touchdowns to just 6 interceptions. Okay. We know that CJ is a good quarterback. We know that Joe Mixon's a good running back. We know Nico Collins is a good receiver. We know this entire team's pretty good as Chase Young tracks down Joe Mixon. We know this entire team is fairly Dickinson, fairly good. And we'll see if we can take them out because we're also fairly good. We'll see what happens. JOK gets in there. You love to see it. They're going with Joe Mixon first 2 plays of the game. He gets 1 yard between the 2 runs. And now it's an obvious passing situation. And CJ's going down. It's Mason Graham with the sack. I like that Mason Graham's actually showing up this season. The first 2 years, he's kind of been like non-existent, irrelevant. He's just been like not even there. It was more Mike Hall Jr. really. But now this 3rd season, for some reason, I don't know why he's all of a sudden decided that he wants to play, but he's doing really well now. He's getting consistent pressure on the quarterback. He's getting a few sacks here and there. He's having a good year. And I'm happy about it because he was like a big rookie when we first started this, and I was hoping he could develop, and he's never really he's done fine, but he's never like skyrocketed. As Jonathan Taylor stood up on his feet on that, he got hit from around the corner from, I think that had to have been Will Anderson Jr. I don't know who else it could have been. But he got hit in the back and stayed on his feet and was able to get a few yards, or even more than a few yards. He got a first down out of it. This is a tough. Was that Derek Stingley? Didn't they say he was hurt? Is that not Derek Stingley out there? No, it's Bullock is who I saw. I could have swore I saw somebody with an X Factor. They only have one X Factor defensive or cornerback, don't they? Yeah, they have an X Factor out there. Who is that? Does Bullock have an X Factor now? He probably does, because that looks like it's him. Yeah, Bullock's number 2. Okay, I did not think that 3 years deep that Bullock would have an X Factor. That's kind of crazy. He's developed like mad. Oh, Jonathan Taylor is staying up on these initial hits. It's starting to make me a little hard. I mean, I'm liking it. I don't ever get that. Can I lob that over? That's a pick, isn't it? Okay, good. Let's just stick to the easy stuff. Why do I even try to get exotic or creative or anything? Just stick to the stuff that we know works. Stick to the status quo. There's Velasco dropping the football. I mean, technically, you could think of this as his rookie year because he missed so much time in his actual rookie year last year as Escobar drills a 51-yard field goal. But that's still, you got to catch that. I mean, that's putting the breadbasket. That's inexcusable. You can't drop that. And he did. So that's a tough one. We might have to put Traylon Burks in the game again. That is a tough one. But we go back on defense. We really dominated the Texans. It was a 3 and out. They had 2 run plays and then a sack. So Mixon, he's going nowhere again. He gets a yard. We are containing Jinglin' Joe. He's not able to go anywhere right now. Oh, I saw Tank Dell out there. Yeah, he's number 3 with the superstar dev underneath him. They're going to motion Mixon out of the way. It's all CJ by himself. He's going to go underneath. That is Nico Collins, and Collins will get the first down. I don't know about that. I feel like you should give me inches on that, but whatever. First down for Houston. Handoff to Mixon, and he's going nowhere. Schlesinger drops him for a loss of 1. You're going to have to figure out something else, CJ. The run game, at least so far in the first quarter, is not the move. Oh, Miles was a second away. Who was that big chonker catching footballs? Number 88 is a hefty man. That's crazy. But Myles Garrett was a half a second away from sacking CJ Stroud there. And CJ knows it. But now he's not going to avoid Ohio State brethren. The Predator, Chase Young, bringing down CJ Stroud. And that will end the quarter, because I doubt they're going to snap this. Yes, it does end the quarter. The Texans' offense has been a little stagnant first 2 drives. They can't get the run game going, and then on those crucial 3rd and 4th downs, they're not getting anything going. We're getting some good pressure. That's Chase's 3rd sack of the year. Brooks is back to return. I thought I was going to pass him. All right, we got to be better on offense ourselves. We can laugh all we want at how bad the Texans' offense has been the first 2 drives, but we got to be better on our offensive drive. We can't just drop passes and not run the football. We know the Texans' defense is going to be fairly good, but we cannot care about that. We have to just go in and dominate. I'm going to try to hit Devontae Smith there, and I do. He holds on for the first down, but Bullock's staying with him. Kind of crazy. Let's see if the blocking opens up for Quinshawn. It does. It does. A big time gap right there as Quinshawn goes through fairly easily. I'm saying fairly a lot, aren't I? Quite easily. 1st and 10. Throw that quickly to Jerry Jeudy, who gets absolutely smooched on that one. And drops the football. Our guys don't really do well in contested coverage, do they? when they're trying to catch a football and get like a guy on them or getting covered, they don't really hold on to the football. Although, so Eddie Velasco, what is happening? How is he still on his feet? So Velasco wants to catch that pass, but he doesn't want to catch the one that was a guaranteed first down and maybe even more. I don't get it sometimes. But at least he caught that one and got a first down. That was a really good effort from him. Maybe he's making up for the mistake earlier. As Jerry Jeudy takes the jet sweep. What do we think is going to be open here? Do we just wait for Velasco to get open across the middle? Does he even get open across the middle? Let's not wait for it. Let's get Fan in on that. They're going to give me 3rd and 1? Really? That's not a first down? You're not going to say that the ball got crossed there? Really? I think that's a bad spot, but I'm not a referee, so I don't know. Jonathan Taylor gets a first down, thankfully. It was a really good run. And we're going to call a screen. First time we call it today. Baishal's the one going to be catching the screen, so he's got a lot of speed. If we can get the blocks, it's going to be a freaking penalty. I don't even know if I got the ball out before the penalty had been called. How can it be an illegal block in the back if the ball's not even out of the hands of the quarterback yet? It's Trey Seatwright who gets called for it. That's a kind of a back-breaking penalty right there. The drive was moving along just well. We'll go underneath the Fan, and he gets most of the penalty yardage back. All right, that takes us to the 2-minute warning. Okay. This episode's been a lot sloppier than the previous episodes. But maybe it's just us coming back down to earth. I don't know. Maybe we just had, for some reason, we were on like a wild cocaine spree where we just were killing teams and they couldn't do anything. But now we've come off of the high and now we're back down to earth. I'm not sure. 3rd and 9. This is a tough spot to be in. Jerry holds on. It's 4th and 2. Timeout called by Houston. I think I go for this. Yeah, it's open. That's open. Devontae Smith, juke move, and Devontae almost into the end zone. I was trying to get him to reach in, but he wouldn't do it. But he gets a first down, converts the 4th. That's a big play. We needed that absolutely, especially to keep the Texans on defense so that Quinshawn can punch it in for a touchdown, and we will take a 10-0 lead. And remember, we get the ball to start the second half. So we are looking primed and ready to start blowing out the Houston Texans. Especially since their offense can't really do much. And the Bears just lost to the 3-win Arizona Cardinals. Wow, the Bears were the 1 seed when we started the episode, weren't they? And they just picked up a huge loss to the Cardinals. That's an inexcusable loss, dude. They don't even have Kyler Murray anymore. They got Tua. The Cardinals do. That's something you can't. If you're the Bears, you're the 1 seed, you're looking prime to go back to the Super Bowl, you can't lose to a team that's got 3 wins. Especially this late in the season. Definitely not this late in the season. Ooh, Mason Graham affected the throw from C.J. Stroud. I was hoping he'd get another sack there, but just missed him. Just a bit outside. It's going to be a screen pass. JOK can't get off the block officially. Joe Mixon does get out of bounds. He gets most of that yards there. It's 3rd and 1, excuse me. A big sack would do amazing here from Myles Garrett. Oh, he got stuck. But somebody hit him. I don't know if it was Chase Young or who was. I think it was Chase Young. He hit him on 3rd, and it's an incomplete pass, forcing 4th down, sending the ball back to us. This is an interesting spot. It's going to be around a minute, maybe less than a minute. And we're going to have a chance to put more points on the board before halftime when we get the ball again. And Deion Brooks has actually got some room. For the first time this season, he's had a really good punt return. In one of the biggest spots that we could use a big punt return. Because that takes away a lot of yards we had to go to get at least into field goal range, if not a touchdown. But finally, Brooks puts on a good punt return performance there. We have all of our timeouts, but I'm going to run a hurry up here on the first play, just to kind of keep the momentum rolling. We'll just go right back to Velasco again. He's getting a bunch of yards. Now we'll call the first timeout. We'll go with a little X cross. Last time I called this didn't work, but maybe this time it will. 37 seconds. I don't really like anything here, so I'll just throw it away. I could have probably tried to hit Velasco there. I know he's holding his head like he thinks he was open. He was kind of open. It might have been the right idea to throw it to him. Or it could have been picked. You never know. That's open. Velasco, another big catch. He's really producing in the slot. He is really producing in the slot. I'm going to call my second timeout. 25 seconds. 25 seconds. Devontae Smith's open enough. Devontae's open enough. He catches the pass. We're going to go hurry up. Devontae Smith might have just given us points. We still have that timeout, so I can afford to change the play. The handoff to Taylor. He stopped. Okay, we have one more play before the field goal. We have one more play before the field goal. It's fine. I thought that they would let me get the run in there, but they didn't. Velasco, he's got it. Touchdown, Browns. That is a just devastating touchdown for the Houston Texans. To allow a touchdown right before half when they know that we get the ball to start the second half. Oh, I would be really sick if I was a Texans fan watching this game, because that's devastating right there. Absolutely devastating. We'll send it away, make sure they have to return it so that they use these last 2 seconds, and then we will get the football to start the second half, and we will be primed and ready to blow out the Houston Texans. If we can score to start the second half, that gives us a 24-0 lead, and the Houston Texans are pretty much done after that. So what started as an ugly performance from both teams, really, turned out to be an ugly performance all the way through the first half for the Texans, and somewhat of an ugly performance, but a more good-looking performance in the second quarter, at least for us. And here is that Cardinal-Bears game. We know the Cardinals took the victory, and it's going to be Tua just hucking and chucking. Oh my God, it's going to be like a 90-yard pass to Michael Wilson. You know what? Maybe change of scenery was a good thing for Tua. Because that's insane. And Michael Wilson did the peace sign to the sideline as well. Colts and Falcons, another game that's basically irrelevant to us. None of these teams really matter in the grand scheme of what we're doing. But Penix throwing on the run to the hard side. He throws it to Kyle Pitts for a touchdown. Riley Leonard can't seem to put it together. He cannot see. Maybe they'll draft the quarterback. You never know. It is only 7-3. Maybe he can come back. And another game, Commanders and Panthers, that we don't really care about. They're not showing like Bronco games or something. That's what I want to see. Okay, a hurdle from Justin Jefferson. I could have sworn I changed his number, but it just moved back to 89. That was the most insane touchdown I've ever seen in my life. 14-6, the Panthers lead. The Patriots are not playing yet. They're playing on Sunday Night Football.
Meanwhile, in our game, it's been back
and
forth to this point.
We go back to the second half of this game, up 17-0. One more touchdown probably seals the deal. I don't want to get premature on that, but I feel like that's pretty safe to say. I mean, a 24-point lead in the third quarter would be pretty hard to come back from, especially the way that this offense has not really worked for the Texans. But we'll figure it out. Here we go. Velasco's back to return. And Eddie Velasco has got room, but caught from behind at the 35. Good return. All right, boys, here we go. Only 8 passing yards for CJ today. There's Jonathan Taylor. Great start, but it's an immediate penalty. The first play of the half, really? Illegal block in the back. I got to turn down the illegal block in the backs. It's way too many. Way too many. I thought that I already did turn down the illegal block in the backs, but it is an insane amount. I mean, it's like 2 or 3 a game. When do you ever see 2 illegal block in the backs in a single game? Jonathan Taylor got caught by his own teammate, by Jerry Jeudy, and slowed him down, and then got caught by the Texans players, but that was a great run from Jonathan Taylor. So he had an even better run after the penalty, which I guess I'll take. Judkins. Oh! Quinshawn got absolutely hammered on that. And not the good kind of hammered. That was an insanely hard hit. He'll get those 3 yards back that he lost, but it's now a 3rd down and 10. A 3rd down and 10. I think I want to send Devontae deep just for the lulz. But it's a clear and obvious Eddie Velasco throw here. And he's going to break the tackle. Eddie Velasco's having himself a day. He is having himself a day. He dropped that one pass. But ever since then, he's been fantastic. Sometimes that's what players need to do. They need to drop a pass so that they can get better on themselves. And Bashal Tootin almost got it in. You know what, Bashal? I'm going to run hurry up here so you can get a chance to punch that in, because I feel like you should have got that. And for being the third string running back, he's got 350 yards and a touchdown there. He's played well. I like Bashal. Having that option for just the amount of speed that Bashal brings to the table is definitely something that I like. So I like having him on the team. And now we are up 24-0. It's starting to feel like the games of earlier this season, a couple episodes ago, when we were just killing teams. Texans can't really seem to stop us. We can basically do whatever we want. And I like to be in that spot because I'm not there often. No, I've been there more than I usually am. More times than I've been there recently with these recent Browns games. But usually it's the other way around, and I'm getting abused, used and abused. That's a quick throw, held on to by Tank Dell. J.C. Horn was like right on him. That's a good catch. That is a good catch. But I'm hoping Myles Garrett can get to the quarterback here, get to C.J. Stroud. We've brought C.J. down at least a couple of times, right? Chase Young got him and Mason Graham got him, I'm pretty sure. I don't know who this hefty dude is, but it's Jeffries, his last name, but he's a thick boy. I'm assuming playing tight end. He's got to be just an actual tight end. That is a second down and inches call. So that's inches, but the one play earlier was a not first down. CJ, is he going to scramble? No, he chooses to fire it to Christian Kirk. I don't know who that is. I can't tell. Whoever it is, he caught it for a big first down. Come on, don't let CJ get there. Oh, Myles Garrett was right there. He was right there, but CJ got it away again. I can't win with this. I just can't catch a break. I get so close, but they just get it away. And it's always like they get it away in the most accurate way possible. It's never they throw it and it gets like thrown completely to the side, intercepted. It's always they immediately get it away and it's a perfect bullet pass right on a target. It could put right in the chest, all kinds of stuff. Very annoying, very frustrating. Big tackle from JOK on Joe Mixon. Again, I almost had a sack on CJ, but he got it away. Final play of the third quarter. Texans are looking like they're going to score, and CJ might scramble. No, he's going to fire it to his receiver, Jeffrey, the big chonker. He'll catch it. First down at the 2 as we go to the fourth quarter. Will Houston actually make this a game? It's looking like they're going to. Is this going to be a run with Mixon? Oh, no, it's a run with the fullback. Wow, that was a weird choice. You had to have known I was going to bring pressure, right? That couldn't have been your best option. Quick throw. Jeffrey drops it. That's a hard thing to say. Jeffrey drops it. Say that 5 times fast. CJ's putting the blame on him. I think that was more on Jeffrey. He's got to catch that. Maybe if he didn't have freaking oven mitts for hands. Put the turkey leg down, Jeffrey. Catch a football. You're all greased up. CJ's running away, and he's going to scramble in. Myles Garrett was just slow enough to not be able to catch CJ Stroud there. It looked like I was going to catch him from behind. And they're going to go for the 2-point for some reason to make it 24-8. I don't know really what that does for you. They're going to get it because Joe Mixon goes out and catches it. What does 24-8 do for you, really? I mean, yeah, it adds 1 extra point. But does that really matter if you can't stop me on defense? Now, if they can stop me on defense, then it does matter. But I haven't seen them stop me yet, except for that one where we took the field goal. That was like the first play, their first drive of the game. Hand out to Quinshawn. Juke back inside. Quinshawn breaks that tackle. He's gone. If Quinshawn just breaks that tackle, he is gonzo to the Alonzo. But he just couldn't slip through. Bashal tooting with a big first down. And we'll just keep chipping away. Chip. Just keep chipping. Chipping. Devontae's going to get this one. Does he get past Will Anderson Jr. here? Doubtful, but we'll see. He did get past Will Anderson Jr., but he didn't get past everybody else. That was close. Oh, Jerry Jeudy and Kamari Lassiter are chirping a little bit. Chirp? That doesn't really work. They're chirping a little bit. 2nd and 7. Quinshon's open, and Quinshon's got a big play. Turn the corner, 41-yard line. And now we go back to the run game. We got what we needed to do through the air. Let's go right back to the run. Hand off, Quinshon, squeeze through. Good job, Quinn. Let's go with the stretch, because I think if Conrad Scholes and Devontae Smith throw blocks here, Bashal can break this for a touchdown. Oh, Devontae didn't really throw a block, did he? It wouldn't have really mattered, would it? They call their first time out. Houston, I think they know. Things are getting bleak for the Texans. Couple more first downs, and this one is over. O-V-A. Over. 2nd timeout called. We'll go for a passing play here to kind of break their souls and break their backs. Devontae Smith is wide open. He's got more than enough. And I'm not going to go in because I would like to end this game. So that is a timeout called. I could have probably scored there. Didn't need to, because they still have time on the clock, and I would prefer this to be the last drive. Well, maybe not the last drive, but I'd prefer to take more than 2:43 off the game. They're just letting me in. You got to be careful not to fumble, but they are letting me in. This will be... Actually, you know, I could let this go to the 2-minute. Yeah, because the... Yeah, I can let it go. I was going to say, I was trying to think if the thing was faster. I think I'm going to have the chance to let this ride to the 2-minute warning. Yeah, there we go. 2-minute warning. We'll run at least one more play, preferably 2 more plays. We run this play to start the clock again, and then we score. That's probably what's going to happen. That's the best case scenario, I think. Taylor, don't get in, Taylor. Thank you. Good job, JT. You did what you needed to do. And now we got to score. 3rd and goal. Although I don't know if I'd mind having to score on 4th down if it comes to that. And it will come to that because I kind of just ran. That wasn't even me trying to not score. I just ran into the dude for some reason. We've taken it down to around a minute. We don't even really need to score this one. 24-8 is enough to win this game. And Bashal, we won't get in. Texans deny me. I probably could have, if I was like really trying to score that, I probably could have passed it and got it. But I wasn't like, I'm not bothered by not scoring that. CJ's just in the end zone, not even moving. Run at the back of the end zone. Safety. Oh, CJ, you just pulled a Dan Orlovsky, dog. What are you doing? Oh, poor CJ. They're going to credit Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah with the sack there? I don't know if that's true. Oh, look at Velasco. No! I didn't see him there. I thought I had an open space. I can't believe CJ just pulled a Dan Orlovsky and ran out of the back of the end zone. And they're going to credit JOK with a sack. That seems wrong. I don't think you should credit Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah with a sack. I don't even know if he had a hand on the play. But we will win 26-8. A very weird score line for this one. But hey, a win is a win is a win is a win. And we get it done. We win 11 games so far this year, and we still got a pretty important one coming up next episode with the Denver Broncos. Because I'm guessing they're going to win their game, so they'll be 11-3, and we'll be 11-2. Man, the defense played a lot better, though, in this game. That Charger game, I think it's just because Justin Herbert in Madden is really good, so it's just difficult to stop him. I'm very curious to see how Bo Nix plays. Because obviously he's simulating really well. But what's the verdict? 10-3, so they must have had a bye week. So 10-3 versus 11-2, basically for the AFC. We've clinched the division, by the way. We will be a playoff team. We're the first team to clinch. We have won the AFC North. For the first time, we have won the AFC North. Because I think the Ravens won it. Did the Ravens win it all 3 years? I have to go back and check. Or the first 2 years? I know they won it obviously last year because they had 15 wins, but I can't remember who won it the first year. I don't think we did. This has got to be our first division title in the series. But we're not done with just this win. We want to win the Bronco game, we want to win the Raven game, we want to win the Steeler game, and then we want to win whatever game comes in Week 18. But that is going to do it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure to leave it a like. Subscribe to the channel for more. Join the Juice Club. Thank you so much for stopping by and watch. I truly appreciate it. And I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.